Welcome to Wayzata High School for volleyball action as tonight the Trojans welcome in the Shakopee Sabres for a non-conference matchup. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Andy Gugasberg. And Andy, a couple of traditionally really strong programs that this year haven't been quite as good in the win-loss mark, but they're hoping now as we hit the end of the season here that they're building and getting ready for playoff time.
You know, as we talked with both coaches, they mentioned exactly that they kind of weren't in a rhythm at the beginning of the year, but they're hoping they caught that rhythm right now. Lineups are starting to get a little bit closer to set. We're going to see some great volleyball tonight between two teams that like you said, have been strong for a long time. They met each other in the 09 Class 3A championship and what I consider to be one of the better state finals of all time. Fallen on a little bit of hard times lately, but we're going to see some great volleyball tonight as we're here in Wayzata to watch two very, very powerful, strong programs go at it.
Both a little bit of inexperience to start the season, and you know that can throw things off a little bit, and that's what they both had to deal with. And I think in some ways, though, for coaches, that's good for them to be able to have to go back and then go get some teaching going again and melding a team again.
Yeah, you know, they talk about the skills that win the game are serve and pass, and when things break down, and I actually was able to talk with Scott before this match, one of the things that Wayzata has always been able to do is serve so well against their opponents and get them uncomfortable. We'll see if they're able to do it again tonight, get back to basics, win the serve and pass game, and as a result, take care of the match.
We'll talk about key players to keep an eye on in tonight's contest, starting with the visitors from Shakopee, and one of their players expected to do well, Bailey Luce in the middle.
Bailey Luce is a dynamic blocker. Offensively, you will hear her name every once in a while, but she makes everybody on her team better when she's on the floor, gets in the way, puts a lot of balls in front of their libero, who's having a heck of a season as well.
She's aiming at the school single-season block record, trying to reach that goal for herself this season. And for Wayzata, another college-bound player like Bailey is Mariah Halverson.
Halverson has turned her game up about 3 notches in the last month. Has always been a very dynamic offensive player. Her backcourt presence has really picked up. Coach Scott mentioned that she's very reliable back there this year, able to take a lot of court in serve receive, able to dig a bunch of balls and keep her team in system.
As we said, the record's not what they sometimes have been for the Sabres and the Trojans, but still two quality teams. They're going to be dangerous at playoff time if anybody overlooks them, and they'll certainly try and get that started here tonight. They'll both be at the same tournament on the weekend as well. Stay tuned. It is Shakopee and Wayzata High School Volleyball coming up next year on 12 Sports.
Brooklyn Park Church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winnicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
Welcome back here to Wayzata High School on senior night for the Trojans as the Sabres and Wayzata get set to do battle here. And they've been meeting regularly for the past few seasons, and coach is telling us that it might not continue because Shakopee's going to a new conference, and they've got to find some room for not only conference opponents but some of their section opponents. Here's the starting lineup for Matt Bush and the Sabres. Tina Hoppe, Hallie Erickson, Bailey Luce, Lexi Hyder, Kaylee Lemke, Morgan Johnson, and Katie Clemens for Shakopee. And for Wayzata this evening, and Scott Jackson. Look at their lineup. Halverson, Kate Berg, Marissa Greshel, Kirsten Bryan, Tia Dilly Starks, Mackenzie Greshel, and Sarah Cassette for Wayzata. And looks like Sydney Tron will be starting for Shakopee. There was some question whether Kaylee Lemke was going to be able to go tonight, and we'll see if we see a lot of her. Actually not on the court right now to get things started for the Sabres. Kate Berg will serve, and we are underway here in the opening set. Trojans go to the middle and put away by Marissa Greshel. 1-0 Wayzata. Berg, one of a couple of freshmen getting regular court time here for the Trojans. Cross court, but missing wide is Bailey Luce. And winning the battle there at the net is Morgan Johnson on a pass really right into the net.
Johnson does a great job there taking a tight pass and putting it away. Your setters are going to win a lot of those joust opportunities because they jump later and have a little more sense of where that ball's supposed to end up.
Michaela Graw coming in off the bench to serve now here for the Sabres. Halverson pounding that one home, and Wayzata gets the serve back. And for both these teams, as you get a look at this kill here for Halverson, both these teams have really played real difficult schedules. You know, not making excuses for the records are what they are, but you look at who they've played, and you know, their schedule hasn't really been relaxed from the times when they were state tournament teams. So, you know, that's part of it. You don't get too many easy nights to chalk up a win, even if you don't play well.
Yeah, when you have young players on the team, you normally, if you had a choice to rebuild your schedule every year, you'd build a little softer preseason maybe. But with the schedules being the way they are and out 2 to 3 years ahead of time, you don't really have that opportunity in high school volleyball.
Morgan Johnson, the lefty, serving here for the Sabres. They'll go left side, and Halverson able to put it away off the assist from Mackenzie Greshel.
Halverson goes up. Shakopee knows where the ball's going, but Halverson, being so crafty, goes off the hands of the block, out of bounds, good for a point for the Trojans.
Here's Mackenzie Greshel to serve for Wayzata, leading it early 4-2. That pass into the ceiling, but the Sabres stay with it. Dilly Stark sending it across to Halverson, and able to get another kill. Pretty good pass considering there for Dilly Starks.
Yeah, Shakopee really missing Lemke on the right side right now as Maddie Wiltz is coming in, and the block isn't quite the same size.
Near collision there for the Sabres, but run down there by Johnson. Wayzata will get an opportunity to go. They go right side to Dilly Starks, had it denied. This time Halverson has it blocked. So good double block put up there by the Sabres, and they're able to get the job done.
Wiltz must hear what's going on, gets her hands way above the net that time, goes large and in charge, and sends it back.
Tina Hoppy serving here for the Sabres. And a misfire there will put a point on the board for Wayzata. 6-3 Trojans. Halverson getting set to serve. And a strong block there by Kirsten Bryan for Wayzata. Able to time that one well on the hit off the net. Overpass here, and Wayzata will try and get to offense, but not a particularly good pass on their side. And back row attack called against the Trojans. That was an opportunity lost there for Wayzata. Katie Clemens will serve now for Shakopee. And wiped off the block there by Kate Berg. Well timed, but they couldn't turn that ball into the court.
Berg does a nice job there seeing the block, finding that right hand not quite pressed back into the center of the court.
Sarah Cassette now serving here for Wayzata. Good recovery by Greshel on that tip. Back set here, that ball looked like it was probably headed out, but played, and Dilly Starks will have to send it over. And score the point for Shakopee and Cassie Daney.
Daney does a nice job here, gets the set where she wants it, recognize that block's a little late, pushes it between the block and the net. Not quite the press we're looking for from Wayzata there on the block.
Sydney Tran serving here for Shakopee. Nice dig made by Hoppy. And trying to tip that time was Daney, but had it hit off the heel of her hand. Kind of changed her mind a little bit. Looked like she wasn't real sure where she wanted to go or what she wanted to do with that one.
Hoppy does a great job digging that ball. Have an out-of-system hitting error, not what we're looking for as the Sabres there.
And tipping over the block. Scoring the point there is Bailey Luce.
Bailey Luce gets a single block, kind of overruns the set a little bit, able to hang a little bit longer than the middle over there for Wayzata. Tips it up and over and good for a point.
Probably not an intentional change of pace there, but sometimes those work a little better. And the kill recorded by Marissa Greshel.
Take care of a great pass here, jump set, sister to sister, that's gonna work a lot.
Berg serving here for Wayzata. Outside now, Halverson looking cross court with it. Ooh, and a free ball chance there, and Marissa Greshel unable to put it away there into the tape instead.
A little off on the timing there. Luce puts up a formidable block, but didn't quite get to that block, as it were.
Graw to serve, her team down just by 3 here after Wayzata had a pretty good start. Off the light, and they can't get it over there, so Trojans ball handling not particularly strong on that one. And Shakopee's to within 2.
No look of panic from the Trojans. They're all still calm, ready to pass this next ball, talking about the seams.
Halverson gets a full swing and puts that one away off the hands. Greshel will serve, Marissa Greshel that is, to serve here for Wayzata. They'll come quick middle and put away there by Hyder for Shakopee.
Tran sticks this pass. Johnson finds Hyder in the middle, goes cross body. Good shot to the right back there.
Morgan Johnson will serve as soon as they give her a volleyball.
Sometimes they use that 3-ball system and it's supposed to speed up the match, but I've seen it slow down more than speed up in recent weeks.
A little too long there. Good communication by Wayzata as they let that one drop a little bit out of play. Mackenzie Greshel will serve now for the Trojans. 12-9 lead. Wayzata's led most of this first set, but always been within 3-4 points.
Miscommunication on what the set was going to be there for Wiltz.
Halverson tipping, disguised that one well. She mostly comes with fire, and they were up for the block and a little change of pace.
Halverson, having blasted the last 4 balls, knows that this off-speed shot's going to work. Johnson a little late on the recovery.
Good strong serve here. And just out there. That was kind of a gutsy let it go there by Cassette.
A little silent there on the Wayzata side. Nobody really helping her out whether that ball was in or out.
Honestly, I was thinking there wasn't much chance that she wouldn't play that one. All of a sudden, it was like, wow. But they were right, not by much. But there's a look at Scott Jackson, his team with a 14-9 advantage. Been a different year for them, no doubt about it. They got some young players working in, and really only had 3 returning players, and they've become a pretty strong program where year in and year out they've been real tough, and obviously losing some more than what they'd like and more than what they're used to. And for Matt Bush's club, same kind of deal. They're just kind of building things back up with some youth in their lineup as well.
Big difference makers for Shakopee are younger players. Same for Wayzata. I didn't realize how much of a loss Wayzata had when they lost their libero from last year, Lauren Haug. And watching what she's doing up at Marquette now, you can really notice what one player can do, and it's very rare to have that in a defensive player. Scott Jackson has said repeatedly he misses that ball control. Nothing against the libero he's got this year, but Haug had been playing at a high level for a few years, and to lose her was a little bit of a hiccup they weren't quite ready for.
Mackenzie Greshel to serve as they come out of the timeout with this 5-point lead. Wayzata right now would like to kind of put the foot on the gas and pull away a little bit. Shakopee, this is the time where they need to make a little bit of a run if they're going to have a good shot at pulling out this first set. Long run to get to that one. They'll play a free ball over here for Wayzata. Right side, Dilly starts, and she finds the corner of the court.
Tia is such a dynamic attacker, hits with such a powerful arm. I'm surprised we haven't seen her more in this first set. Good to see her getting involved right there.
Strong serve again. Now Halverson from the left side, denied, but the coverage there behind her. She'll go again, tipping to the middle this time. Overpass, and Halverson says, you give me a third try and I'm gonna put it away.
Halverson kind of sets herself on that one. Nice off-speed roll shot. Hoppy gives it back to her. Won't be getting back another one there.
Biggest lead for Wayzata, now make it 17-9 on the eighth serve. I thought they did well to pass the last one, and this one was even just that one notch tougher.
Greshel's kind of, as you said off the timeout, putting the pedal to the metal here and putting a lot of heat on this serve, making it really tough to pass.
Another overpass, oh, but just too long from Halverson. Her eyes lit up again on that one, but just didn't quite keep it on court. So Hoppy will serve here for the Sabres. They are down by 7 here in this opening set. Billy Starks a strong swing and is able to put that one away. I like what you said, very efficient arm swing for her too.
Another timeout here for the Sabres, down 18-10. Seeing the rhythm that Wayzata is in right now, it's a great time for that timeout. Coach Bush is going to be over there telling his girls to relax and maybe hoping for the old ice the server trick. Scott Jackson's Wayzata squad a little too disciplined to have that trick work normally. Look for the Trojans to come out serving tough and aggressive. What gave them that big lead was, again, going for it. You didn't see any serves that were the lollipop where Shakopee was able to pass the ball perfectly up to Morgan Johnson and have good things happen there. When you serve tough, you know, and what we haven't seen yet is that ill-timed miss that we've seen so much this year in the high school volleyball matches we've been covering. Halverson off this timeout. We'll see how she does. She's got a nice jump float, going to do her well at Wayne State next year, and we'll see what kind of pressure she comes with, if she gets after it right away or if she plays safe on this first ball off the timeout.
Back and set for play here as Halverson gets set to serve it up with an 18-10 lead. Tip there, Greshel to the floor to get it. Now Berg sprays that one long. 7-point lead now for Wayzata.
Berg not able to get a full transition on that ball, a little off speed with her footwork, is able to not quite get to that ball the way she wanted to.
Clemens serving, Greshel has a long way to go to get to it, so Berg will send it over down the line. Halverson able to dig that one up. Berg skimming it off the net. Now they'll come to Halverson from the back row. A nice dig, great effort. Clemens is giving it her all there, but not quite able to get to it after she was able to dig that first ball up.
Clemens gets a great touch here. We get great second effort. She tries to get around and get this ball back in. So far over, we weren't even able to get it on camera. Good hustle by her, not quite enough to bring the ball back.
The set serving here for Wayzata, 19-11 Trojans here in this opening set. Billy Starks from the right side, going to roll it to the middle. Sabres, you had that player in the net, or was it
ball
no,
handling
ball
error?
handling
Called a
error.
double.
No.
Called a double. Wiltz goes to the floor, makes a great pickup. Johnson tries to get good hands on the ball, doesn't quite have her feet there. Going to lead to the air.
Cassette down the line with that floater. Trying to go deep to the corner and just out, but we had a net violation that time on the Sabres loose, it looks like.
Yeah, I was tracking the ball. I didn't see it, but
yeah, I didn't
I
either.
have no reason not to trust our refs at this point.
I saw the net shaking quite a bit also when I looked over there. Billy Starks to the right side, oh, and just missed it.
Good long approach by Dilly Starks there, just missing that line. It's open, she wants it. Pointing at her wrist, she might have mishit that ball a little bit.
Tran will serve here for Shakopee. And put away in the middle by Marissa Greshel. Pretty good job on the set there by her younger sisters. That pass was close to the net.
Mackenzie does a great job of being athletic and going up and getting that ball before it gets to the plane of the net. Nice job.
Billy Starks the serve. They'll come to the outside for Berg. Cross court, dug up there. Off the block. And that one's going to be wide there. good talk there for Mackenzie Grechel. The tendency there is to try and reach for that ball, and she realized, and with some help from her teammates, that no, you don't want to touch that one. Wayzata 2 points away from trying to take this first set. That one's just out. Shakopee kind of well, it worked out, but a bit of a gamble there to let that one go. It wasn't out by much.
Sigh of relief after the line judge threw the flag up that ball was in fact out of bounds.
Ellie Erickson will serve here for Shakopee. Oh, and a great block put up there.
Hoppy and Loose close on this block very well. Greshel goes up, tries to hit angle, but there's 4 hands in the way.
To the outside for Berg, and that one is denied as Loose gets out there. So back-to-back good blocks, and if you're Shakopee, it may be too late to come back and win this one, but you at least get some excitement going for the next one.
Big Mo is always a factor in high school volleyball. We want momentum going into the next set. Wayzata is going to try and get these next 2 points and keep momentum with them.
Here's Halverson looking for the corner. Oh, and just out with that one. So Shakopee getting a little bit of a roll going here. Still down big, but 23-16 at the moment.
Dilly starts with a great dig in the back row. You keep going at her, but she keeps answering.
I was going to say that's not worked out the way Shakopee would have hoped. She's been solid passing. And that one is good. Put away by Hoppy. Wayzata's getting a little bit tentative, it seems. They're not really attacking when they have chances to.
Kind of in coast mode almost, it seems like, for the Trojans right now.
That one hits off the curtain, so sent over. Slide to the outside, and Berg couldn't hang in the air long enough to block that one. And starting to get a little interesting here now. 5 in a row for the Sabres. They're within 23-18, and a timeout taken by Wayzata.
Johnson, a great job there, looking off the middle. Middle goes to the outside to get in front of Hoppy again, and we go behind with the slide and Looses one-on-one with Kate Berg. Berg does a nice job, but doesn't able to hang quite long enough to put the block back over. Really nice comeback here by the Sabres, playing high energy, high efficiency ball. Wayzata, on the other hand, kind of got comfortable there, up big for a while, and has let the lead kind of slip away. Still up by 5. They're not in any hurry and any worry of losing this set, but you kind of want to end it right now before Shakopee thinks they belonged in this set, where for most of it they didn't. There was a big run, 8 or 9 points, I believe, by Greschel serving, and that has all but been disappeared here.
Yeah, this could be one where Wayzata ends up winning the set, but not really leaving feeling as good about it as they could have if they had been able to just close them out there. And you do certainly give a lot of the credit to Shakopee, too. So the Sabres feeling much better about themselves right now as they've battled back to within 5. Still going to be an uphill battle with only 2 points needed for Wayzata, but Berg from the left side misses that one wide cross court, and the score tightens up even more.
Berg goes up, sees a whole lot of cross court, just doesn't quite throw her hand over the ball well enough to snap that ball in.
Ooh, that one might have dropped out, but wasn't going to take any chances. Long run to get to it. They'll have to send one over, and Wayzata will get some offensive opportunity here. Oops, that one punched wildly to the side there by Marissa Greschel. Billy Starks rolling it over. Push to the corner, but Tia's there. And Berg goes down the line, and boy, Wayzata needed that one. Not much had been working.
Dilly Starks is playing phenomenal back row volleyball right now. She's been a force at the net when they've gotten her the ball, but her back row play is what's gotten them that last point there.
Oh, what a dig by Berg to keep it alive. Off the block, though, and Hoppy will get a kill here for the Sabres. They have started to really play good ball down the stretch of this game here.
Hoppy taking a big swing there. Greschel not able to press over and hold that block, causing the problem and the leak through.
Graw will serve here for the Sabres. No more margin for error for them. Halverson off the block. Now Berg misses down the line. Seemed to be a breeze for a while, not anymore, 24-21. Oh, but a serving error by Graw will end that comeback try. So Wayzata will prevail, not as easy as it looked like it was going to be for a while. 25-21 Trojans our score. We'll be back with our second set here on 12 Sports. Welcome back. Wayzata taking the first set. It was looking like it was going to be a bit of a runaway. They had a 10-point lead, but it was Shakopee coming back strong. 25-21, though, the Trojans end up prevailing, and Shakopee will try and carry that late momentum into the second set. Wayzata will like to say, you know what, a win's a win. We're not going to complain.
Wise men say, in this game, if you score the last point, you win. And I think that's all Scott Jackson's talking to his kids about is we took care of that one, but we're going to have to play cleaner than we did the last half of that set in order to come up out 2-0 here, 3-0 with the sweep is always the hope if you're the head coach that wins the first set.
Yeah, they seem to be so efficient through the majority of that one. And then at the end, they were, not attacking. And then when they did, they were missing quite badly on a few of them. And that ball off the curtain hanging over. Still would have been playable, but they just got a little bit, didn't communicate on it. Erickson serving here for the Sabres to start it out. Billy Starks, and that one is denied. Bailey Luce timing that one. She read that ball very well.
Take a look at Luce's third block of the set. On a back row attack, you need to delay it, and she does a great job there, not jumping with Dilly Starks, but just a hair later, able to peek right as that ball was getting to her.
Halverson able to pound that one home. Early on in the first set, they went to her often, and she was very effective.
Tight set. Luce goes up to try and grab that one, leaving Johnson on an island against Halverson. Halverson's going to win that. She's so dynamic.
Marissa Greshel serving here for Wayzata. And that one put away by Luce. Goes deep middle with it.
Good tempo on that ball. She passes it high, gives herself a little chance, and then chases in behind Johnson to go up and score.
Kaylee Mamela serving here for Shakopee. Tran digging that one up. Now here's Hoppy from the left side and puts it away, and it's been a good start for the Sabres. Looks like they have kind of picked up where they left off, even though they didn't end up winning that first set.
Hoppy long in transition, puts the ball in front of Dilly Starks.
Battle at the net. Oh, and Shakopee into the net. Just got a little over-eager on the second try there by Hoppy.
Does a great job fronting the setter on the dump. Ball comes back over. She's still excited, goes up again, just a little too much.
Mackenzie Greshel serving here. Her team down 4-2. Tipped over, but good coverage here. Here's Hoppy getting a swing. Wow. Nope.
Double contact called. Dilly Starks turns around to protect her face and ends up going off both hands. Gonna get that call every time.
Morgan Johnson, the left-hander, serving here for the Sabres. Halverson tipping and not quite able to get there was Wiltz.
Good vision to see Wiltz a little bit too close to her own sideline. Tip falls right in front of her.
Halverson the serve. Billy Starks pushing it to the corner, and it's good. Smart play once again.
Dilly Starks sees that the deep corner is going to be wide open. Middle back cheating up a little bit.
That ball might have been long, but Hoppy plays it. Strong block, and the point for Wayzata is a lift call there against the Sabres. So we're even up at 5 apiece, and that one is too long. I think the last ball was about the same spot. They played the previous one.
Interesting, the last ball, the entire Shakopee bench yelled out, and they still played it. Nobody said anything on that ball, and everybody let it drop. I'll never understand the way they communicate.
Hoppy serving here for the Sabres. And there's a lift call. There's a pass by Cassette. Didn't have much on it there.
3 ball handling errors in the first 12 points here after 1 in the whole first set.
Here's Berg. Down the line, but missed as Wiltz not able to control that one very well. So Sabres lead cut to 1. Cassette with the serve here for Wayzata. Cross court with that one. That was a sharp angle for Daney, but she was able to use the net to her benefit, and nobody within reach of that one.
As they say in the coaching world, we'll let them have that one. If they hit it twice, we'll start defending it. That's a great angle by her.
And that one put away in the middle by Marissa Greshel for Wayzata. So done a good job of limiting Shakopee's runs here after that good start. So 8-7 deficit for the Trojans. Jilly Starks to serve. Push down the line. Good pass, though, by Dilly Starks. And then put away again by Marissa Greshel. Just soft hands by Dilly Starks. She makes it kind of look easy on that pass.
First contact very strong for her today.
Even up at 8 apiece. Berg has that one blocked back by Luce.
I see what Coach Matt Bush was talking about when we talked to him beforehand. Luce is all over the net. Gets up here for her 4th or 5th block of the match, combining with Wiltz to put that one back.
You can tell that she really likes to block. There are a lot of people that, well, okay, I'm supposed to block now. That's what I'll do. But she really takes pride in it. Not going to get that one, though. Marissa Greshel pounding it home.
Greshel up before the block that time, hitting for that deep line, deep end line, and Hoppy a little too close to the play there.
Kate Berg with a good serve here for the Trojans. Hoppy sends it over. Outside for Halverson. That one is blocked. And then Cassette reaching back for a ball that looked like there was coverage behind her, but instinct was to put that hand out and ends up spraying it backward.
Good close on the block again. Just exactly right. Cassette leans back. Dilly Starks is waiting there for the play.
Halverson trying to tip. Loose with good hang time, though. They'll come to Loose with this one, and this time it's Halverson getting the better of things.
Loose not able to get off in transition that time. Kind of does a standing broad jump here. 2 blockers sitting in the way. Halverson gets her hands on that ball first.
Outside, here's Mariah Halverson. That one's denied by Luce. Billy Starks will send it over. Hoppy firing away from the left side and puts it home.
Hoppy going all out for that ball. Great set by Johnson, putting it on a tee. Hoppy in a rhythm, able to get up and bang.
Sabres leading by a point now. Halverson will tip to the middle, and they couldn't quite get there enough to keep the ball up anyway. Evened up at 11, I should say.
Good off-speed shot.
Mackenzie Greshel serving, trying to give the Trojans the lead, but no.
Greshel just didn't like the toss on that ball. Had to go ahead and try and take a whack at it and still put it in play. Toss was a little bit too far across her body to do anything productive with it.
Johnson the serve for the Sabres. Halverson tipping on a tough ball there. Now Dilly Starks. That one is blocked.
Berg all go there out of the back row.
And swept home there by Hoppy. Shakopee's really dialed in their blocking. Wayzata's really finding much tougher path to any clear hits here. Well, that time, Halverson able to beat the block, and she'll sprint back to serve here with her team within a point.
Great cross-court shot. Johnson not quite up after the serve, not playing defense where she needed to be. Good swing by her.
Halverson, a good job getting that pass. Now Berg. Sabres will be able to get to it. And it's good. Wow, that one will drop in. Wayzata was hoping
No, and afterwards, Scott Jackson giving the chest pat, admitting he had yelled out for his team there. He'll take the blame on that one. Good deep corner, though.
From my vantage point, I was thinking to myself, leave it also. I thought it was out. Here's Berg pounding that one away. It goes up into the ceiling. They stay with the carom.
Great pinball play right there.
Billy Starks wipes that one off the block, and a big point there for Wayzata. They're back to within one. The set serving to try and even things up. Oops, a little miscommunication there, a near collision for Shakopee. Now it's Berg. Dumped over, but Cassetta's there. And there's a case where Johnson maybe played a ball that there was somebody that could have gotten behind her as well, but just couldn't be sure. Wasn't called.
Great deep corner attempt there. Johnson reaches up, not sure what's behind her. Hoppy tries to get after it, not quite there. Great serve by Clemens.
Billy Starks again off the block. That was almost a carbon copy of a point 2 points ago for them. 15-14. Trojans now into the lead as Cassette continuing to serve well here. I knew it as soon as I said it.
And the parents chime in with the typical score as the scoreboard makes a minor error there.
And that serve is wide by Clemens, so Wayzata will now go back in front at 16-15. Dilly Starks to serve here for the Trojans. They are up 1-0 here.
Rotation fault called on Shakopee.
Don't see that nearly as much as what it seemed like. You know, a lot of times it was a standard thing to see a couple times a night in a high school match. But
well, a lot of the refs have kind of decided that that isn't something that is as mandatory as some of the other violations. They're not really focusing on it as much.
Berg missing long, no tip there.
I happen to believe that a rule is a rule is a rule, but you're not going to win that argument with some people, so.
Tran will serve. Trying to even things back up here, down by a point. And put away there off the block by Marissa Greschel.
Great pass sets up that play. Greschel goes up in rhythm, able to get there before the block.
And Berg with a serving error brings the Sabres back to within a point. Halverson smokes that one home off the block. 19-17 lead here for Wayzata.
Great pass, split hitters. Halverson goes up, beats the block, catches that ball deep off the line.
Here's Hoppy, and she puts that one away. 19-18.
Back and forth set here on in set two, and good volleyball on both sides, limited errors, couple serving errors that aren't very typical of Wayzata, but other than that, very clean on both sides of the net.
And Halverson puts that one away for the Trojans, 20-18. Yeah, they've been very different sets where Wayzata, had the advantage clearly for a good chunk of that first one before Shakopee rallied back. This one's been much more back and forth. We never really had great control. And in fact, the Sabres had the lead, by a little bit for most of the way, point or two here and there. But now it's Wayzata into the advantage at 20-18.
Timeout by the Sabres here, trying to cool things down a little bit. good volleyball on both sides. Been seeing a lot of great leadership from our key players, Luce and Halverson. Halverson has just been taking advantage, getting up over the block that Johnson's able to put up on her in 2 of those 3 rotations. It's a matchup situation. Johnson does a great job setting, but does give up a little bit on the block. And as a result of that, Halverson's kind of having a heyday going over her. Good floor defense on both sides. Serve and pass game has been pretty even. Not a whole lot of miscues in the serve-receive game. Setters been able to run their offense at a pretty high level. Good, clean volleyball for the most part. Hopefully we can see this set finish out in the same manner and get some more good volleyball as we continue here.
Mackenzie Greshel to serve here for the Trojans, leading it by 2 points. Greshel will come out to the outside. Dilly Starks. Sabres able to dig it up. Hoppy tipping to the middle. Now Tran will try and send it over, but not able to do so at 5'3". She's probably not the one you want your offense to run through.
As a DS, your main hitting goal is 0 errors. That's the error we don't want to see there. She's not supposed to score often. We just want to limit the errors as a DS.
Hoppy, a lift call there and went into the net. I was going to say, it looked like she kind of threw that one. I hope they didn't count that as good, even if they're down over.
Yeah.
22-18. Off the block and point scored. Sabres really needed that one as they get back to within 3. And Johnson will serve.
Wilt's back into the game here.
Close call whether it was going to be in or out, so they play it. And put away there by Wiltz as Cassette unable to pass that ball.
Good free ball pass, get a double quick going from the middle and the right side. Very tough to block a play like that.
And Dilly Starks with a misfire there. Sabres are back to within a point now at 22-21.
Ball short set just a little bit. Dilly Starks thinking that ball's going to be a little deeper, a little closer to the antenna for her. Kind of tries to reach, misfires on the hit, as you said. Timeout by Wayzata as the Sabres are back within 1. Trojans here still maintain the lead, and I feel like we were here a set ago. Wayzata in the lead, but not quite comfortable with what's going on. Calls a timeout. We'll see how they come off this one. They were able to pull off the first set. Finishing, as we talked about, scoring those last couple points enough to win. We'll see what happens here off this timeout. They're in a good rotation here. They got Dilly Starks just rotating to the front row. They have Halverson on the right side for this first swing. All sorts of options. And as long as they can control the pass, we should see a side out here to go 23-21 Trojans.
Big difference between this set is they didn't have the big margin that they had the last time, and they could kind of back into winning it like they did.
Very true, very true.
Johnson looking to try and even it up. Very good serve. They'll come to the outside for Hoppy off the hands. Halverson sending it across. Outside, Dilly Starks has to adjust to that one. Now Hoppy will get a swing cross court. Berg, though, a nice pass. And Halverson able to put it away.
Last swing Halverson had, she went cross court. She's been scoring down the line all day. I was wondering why she tried to go cross court there. Don't know if the set took her there or what it was, but getting the second opportunity takes that ball down the line.
And And promptly has a serving error to put the Sabres back within a point, and they'll get a chance to score with the serve here as Hoppy goes to the line.
Good hustle by the line judge over here.
Those Crocs might have slowed down the student line judge a little bit, I think. To the outside, Dilly starts off the block and will score it again. Ineffective.
Dilly starts just too strong. Block gets pressed backwards. Communication error again. Big block goes up, comes down. Erickson comes down and yells, "Go." As far as I know, nobody on the team is communicated with as go. We got a good serve here. Decent pass. We got the back set to Dilly Starks up, and everybody's just yelling, hoping somebody else is going to go for the ball. Not going to get it done just by yelling for it. We've got to have effort. We've got to have movement to that ball. Great job by Dilly Starks to go after it, go swing, maybe when the set wasn't quite perfect. Great leadership there. She's just the type of player that you can count on late in a set. She's always calm. She's always collected. She's not going to make an error at a key point. Just kind of a glue-type player for this team. They're going to serve here, set point 24-22. Shakopee needs a side out here, I believe, to get loose back in the game, and then we'll see what happens.
Cassette will serve here for Wayzata. Up 24-22. And there's a block, and there's the point that wins it for the Trojans. 25-22, as they will take the victory here in the second set.
Again, serve very good deep to a corner. Johnson really only has one option here, goes to Wiltz. Wayzata knows the ball's going to Wiltz. Good clamp down on the block to finish out the set. 25-22 Wayzata.
So the Trojans will go up by 2. We'll come back with our third set here. You're watching high school volleyball from Wayzata High School on 12 Sports.
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed puts it away and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Jam.
Channel 12, your local source.
Close ones here, but Wayzata pulls them both out, although they were two very different sets in terms of how the scoring went. It ends up looking similar as Wayzata wins 25-21, holding off a Shakopee rally in the first, and then they get the last couple points in that second in what was very much a toss-up kind of set all the way throughout. So they will now look to see if they can't close out the Sabres, and Shakopee, though, has played well enough at times, certainly, to feel that they've got a good shot at winning and coming back a little bit here in this one as well.
Been very clean volleyball, especially that second set. First set, there was a little more error prone on both sides. Good volleyball in the second set. Teams playing cleaner, and that's what you want at this point in the season. In a non-conference matchup that doesn't have a whole lot of section implication, you're okay with a loss if you're Shakopee as long as you're playing your style of volleyball.
Berg serves, and we are underway here in set number 3. And Hoppy just barely got that one over as a little bit of a miss hit maybe. Halverson has to race in to send it over. Loose off the block, and a good pass again by Dilly Starks. Oops, and that one sent way long by Marissa Greshel.
Looking for a touch call, not going to find it today. Good heavy arm, but just a little long there.
Erickson serving. Tough ball to set, and had a net violation against the setter there as she came underneath on that ball, very tight to the net.
High school net violation is anytime any part of your body touches the net, it's going to be called. In the club world and in the college world, things get a little different.
And Halverson able to pound that one home off the block.
Halverson goes up again, seeing that line open, goes off the hands and out of bounds.
Marissa Greshel to serve here for the Trojans, trailing at 2-1 here in the third. Hoppy sends that one over, and lack of communication for Wayzata as that one falls right in the middle.
Good position to put that ball in for Hoppy. Halverson knows she should have been a little deeper on her defensive transition. Ball falls probably about where she should have been standing.
Emily Webster in to serve now for Shakopee, and serves into the net here, so the Trojans will get the serve right back. Mackenzie Greshel to serve now for Wayzata. Off the block and good for the Sabres as they go up 4-2.
Good swing there, way to find the middle already in the air if you're Morgan Johnson. Good set choice, good location, good for the kill.
Here's Johnson serving. And tough pass, Dilly Starks though gets to it. Tipped over, but Berg is there. Wayzata nearly getting caught up in traffic there, but Halverson able to pound it home for the kill.
Halverson, nice cross-court kill there. Oh, gets up, goes inside the middle blocker. Whole lot of real estate for her there.
They'll come to Dilly Starks right side, and again, she seems to have a knack for being able to do that.
Knows when she's going to be able to go up and go over the block, around the block, or this time use the block to her advantage.
Across for Berg, and that one's good. Wayzata starting to click a little bit better. Maybe they like this side of the court better. They were pretty solid in the first set, and not that they weren't, you know, decent, good in the second, but coming back with some strong offense. And a good serve there. 6-4 Trojans.
Great serve by Halverson, has enough pace on it to make Hoppy uncomfortable as she serve receives it. See if we'll go after the same target again here.
Down the line with that one, and a long run, but they get there. Coming out to Berg on the left, and missed it down the line.
Berg's been going cross pretty consistently today, and the block adjusting to give her that line. She goes for it and just misses. Freshman error. She'll get better.
Here's Dilly Starks. That one off the block. Halverson able to get the pass. Punched on over, and now they'll go again. Dilly Starks with the swing and puts it away.
Good snap on the top of that ball. Dilly Starks off the block, off the back row defender, and out.
Cassette with the serve here. Trojans leading 7-5. And that one is denied, a tough ball to handle. Maybe I just was not observant, but was Johnson, I don't think she had her leg wrapped throughout the whole match. Did she? Okay.
She's had that wrap for the match.
Is it open the whole thing? Okay. She's obviously got a little bit of a quad thing. Yep. Put away there by Cassie Daney for Shakopee. I'm going to say she's moving pretty well considering it.
Absolutely.
Clemens to serve here. Sabres down 2. And too strong with that one. Wayzata wisely letting that deep floater go. Billy Starks to serve here for Wayzata. And we have a net violation there against Wayzata. Strong hit on the slide there by Luce.
Strong hit on the slide by Luce. Great defensive touch again by Dilly Starks. Wayzata in the net to negate that dig.
Tran will serve here for Shakopee. Bird going cross court with it, and it is good.
Using every inch of the sideline there. Berg goes up. Again, she's way out on her transition, knows that cross court's open, takes a swing. Shakopee hoping the ball's out. Not quite.
Hoppy will send this one over. And net violation. It's not a ball that should have been that difficult to pass, but the pass it into the net there. Mackenzie Greshel forced into the net by an errant pass there. So 10-8 lead for Wayzata. Halverson dumping it over the block, but the Sabres able to recover. Off that curtain, Johnson able to get to it. Hoppy tipping it deep middle. And then pounded home by Marissa Greshel. When they're able to get her involved, it opens up some other avenues for them.
Yep, the team's been pretty outside heavy for most of the match, so when they're able to get her the ball, it's normally good results.
Halverson smokes that one home, 12-8 Wayzata.
Great swing again. More line than cross. More line than cross. Been her mantra most of the night here.
And Tran not able to serve receive on that one. 13-8. Trojans putting together a little bit of a run here to increase the margin. Marissa Greshel serving. Luce had that one blocked back at her and is called for a lift there as she tried to fight it off.
Great defensive effort by the Trojans here. Good blocking at the net.
Oh, and that ball, did it hit her? A little discussion here. I thought it might have touched the Sabres on the way out.
Little discussion here.
Ball was clearly going to be out, but it looked like, Wayzata bench kind of wondering, not so sure there. I thought we might see a replay because it didn't seem that anybody had seen it. I don't know. So the Sabres will get the point out of it as Webster's back into serve. And Halverson will pound that one home. Good, kind of good sign for Wayzata. They didn't seem to let that bother them into the next point.
Really good approach. Again, that line's open all day. Taking advantage is Halverson.
Here's Mackenzie Greshel to serve. Her team up by 6. Berg getting to it. Now Dilly Starks. And that one is blocked. They've really kind of had trouble timing her, but that time they certainly did.
Dilly Starks not able to get a good transition on that ball. Kind of short steps her approach. Not able to get up as high as she would like. Right into the teeth of the block.
Here's Johnson serving now for Shakopee. Dilly Starks gets another opportunity, and she will make them pay on that one.
Russia just way more intelligent than a typical freshman setter. After the attacking error, goes back to Dilly Starks and does a great job.
Here's Halverson, who's been a tough server tonight. And that pass is going to be wide. 17-10 Trojans lead. Timeout taken here with the margin up to 7 points now for Wayzata.
The composure of the Trojans is quite impressive right now. They're not getting up too high. That call that maybe we had it off Tran's shoulder, maybe not, did not seem to affect the Trojans at all. Once the call was made, everybody cool, calm, and collected. Obviously, we in the coaching world talk, your players will eventually adapt your attitude. Jackson, even though he's play punching his assistant right now, very calm and collected most of the time. You don't see a whole lot of emotion from him, and as a result, when chaos happens, his players seem to stay calm, seem to stay pretty relaxed. On the other side, Matt Bush, his squad a little tense right now, feeling the pressure, being down 17-10 in the third. They need to right the ship in a hurry if we're going to see a fourth set here.
Halverson will serve, try and keep the momentum going for Wayzata here. And sent over short. Greshel will come out to Dilly Starks. She will get her turn as a setter there, and Berg goes down the line, but missed it. Berg's been a little erratic when looking for that line, especially.
Yep.
Tina Hoppy to serve now for Shakopee. Billy Starks misses too long with that one. Couple of unforced errors really in a row there for Wayzata, so Shakopee back within 5. And it's an ace.
Communication error between two primary passers. I'm going to lead Scott Jackson to call a timeout. You want to make sure you nip that type of stuff right in the butt. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Who's going to take that short ball? Let's talk about it early. Let's make sure we're feeling the team right now. We'll see if this timeout, that communication will get fixed. If you're Shakopee, feeling pretty comfortable, feeling better now on a 3-point run, couple errors and an ace, going to do some really good things for your momentum, for your mojo, as it were. We've seen a great match so far. Both teams playing pretty good ball. What do you think?
At Shakopee, it's, you know, a tough road opponent like this. You can learn some things even if you don't come out on top here this evening. But, you know, they also, ultimately when the night ends, you want to be able to feel that win. And that's where you think in a team like Wayzata, it's been a tougher year than what they're hoping for. But you like to be able to have something to show for it when you get to the end of the night, too. Here's Hoppy trying to see if she can't continue her serving run here. Johnson will come to the middle with it. Halverson, nice job to get to that one. And off the block. Oh, great recovery by Dilly Starks. And then blocked by Bryan. Well, Tia Dilly Starks get a lot of the credit on that one.
Really great defensive effort. We haven't yelled Bryan's name very much, but she's there when she needs to be for a big point there to give them the 18-13 lead.
And it's Greshel to Greshel, and that one eats up Clemens, the libero, coming forward.
Daney here not quite up on the block like she's supposed to be, a little late, and Clemens is the recipient of that nice swing.
Oh, a diving try. Can they get it over? Yes, great effort. It seemed to be an ace in the making. Dilly Starks, though, off the block, able to still get the kill. Good concentration for Wayzata. When Shakopee kept the ball up, that looked like it was going to be an ace. They didn't let it throw off their routine.
Dilly Starks, when she gets her full head of steam behind her, she's very dynamic, very explosive out there on the outside.
And that one tipped wide of the antenna there by Daney, so another point for Wayzata, and they have really surged back into command now, 21-13. Daney cross court, they'll have to play it out of the ceiling there, and they are able to do so. And put away. Well, it's kind of going your way right now when that sort of play happens.
Play both the first and second contact into the ceiling, and then take the third one over the block and down for a point.
Not exactly the way they draw it up, but you know, it counts the same. That one's off the block. Good recovery by Halverson. I think it hit the head of Greshel there. Off the net. Dilly Starks not able to control that one. As made an unexpected turn there, so Sabres will get the serve back, but they're now in a difficult position, down 22-14. Clemens will serve for Shakopee. Overpass there, and Greshel trying to do her best with that one.
Tight pass, tough to deal with. Greshel makes an athletic move to try and keep that ball in play, not quite enough.
Same thing again, and same result.
Greshel there to cover the block, but in a bad position, ends up lifting the ball.
Clemens. Greshel off the block. Clemens gets there though. And that ball I think was off the antenna. Yeah.
Correct.
Point for the Trojans. So Dilly Starks will serve with her team up 23-16, trying to finish a 3-set night here. Loose on the run, but Dilly Starks able to dig it. Berg cross court has that one blocked for a point. Wiltz getting the majority of that one, I think.
Wiltz does a great job closing that time. Berg trying to go cross court with an out of system set right into the teeth of the block again.
Here's Tran to serve. Greshel denied by Luce, but sent over. To the outside for Berg. That one's off the block. Good coverage by Tran though. Good point here. Greshel pushes it to the middle, and we had double contact there called on Wayzata. So 23-18.
Another nice run by Shakopee here.
Greshel will come to Berg, tipping over the block and drops it in nicely. It's going to be a tough ball to really get a good swing on anyway. She ranged to her left, and perfect with that one.
Great location by the freshman. Now back to serve match point.
And Luce not able to get that one over, and Wayzata scores the victory here. 25-18 in the third set as you see how it ends up.
Berg with a good serve here. Johnson wants to go to Luce, who's been a leader and a catalyst for the team all day. Sets a little short, leads to the end of the match. Good volleyball here. Great volleyball from Wayzata. Good, clean match for them. Shakopee plays hard, plays fast, misses a couple opportunities, and ends up losing 3-0 to the home Trojans.
Wayzata got a sweep over Andover Monday night. They get one here on Tuesday night, so they're just about to the 500 mark. And, you know, you again, looking at the record, Andy, you're kind of, but on a good night, they can give just about anybody a match, a good match.
And we saw that earlier in the season when they played tough against Hopkins. I believe they beat Eden Prairie, or hung with them at least. This section is up for grabs still, and Coach Scott Jackson's got to be happy with the way his team is playing, and we'll see how they go from here.
So it's Wayzata over Shakopee in 3 straight. We'll be back to wrap things up here on senior night for the Trojans as they get victory number 11 here in this 2013 season.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
Three straight on senior night, and we're joined by a couple of the players that helped to make it happen, starting with Mariah Halverson. And how much fun was it knowing that this is, kind of winding down toward the end of your high school career and get a chance to play a good match on your home court like this?
Yeah, it's really bittersweet. I love all these girls to death, and so it was sad knowing that it was our last home game, but it was fun that we got to win and play our best.
Obviously, the season hasn't been all smooth sailing for you guys, but how do you feel about the way the team's starting to play now as you get close to that playoff time?
I think everything is coming together at the right time, and yeah, we had a rough start, but it's just everything is going uphill from here. So,
you got a chance to hear everybody talk about your teammates on senior night. Was it kind of emotional just to look around and hear all the things that everybody had to say about each other there too?
Yeah, a little bit, just because we spend so much time together, and so we're kind of like a little sisterhood here, and so it's sad to know that we won't be playing with these girls anymore.
All right, congratulations on the win, Mariah, and good luck at the tournament this weekend.
Thank you.
And Tia Dilly-Starks, a solid night for you guys, I thought. Can you feel the momentum building with this team a little bit right now?
Yeah, I can definitely feel the momentum building just because that rocky start, it made me feel kind of skeptical about it, but now that we're getting solid wins and we've got so much chemistry built up, I can definitely feel the momentum building, and I'm just super excited for playoffs.
We talked about it during the match, too, that you guys have played such a difficult schedule that, maybe the record doesn't show exactly that. You're still a really dangerous team, I think.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because we had so many conference games right in a row, so it's sometimes you need that one game to not be able to play your best, but unfortunately we couldn't, and having such a tough conference, you really can't take a night off. So the record doesn't really show, I think, how well we play as a team.
And you guys obviously have a very difficult section as well, but do you feel ready for it just based on the fact that you've already seen such good teams throughout the season too?
Yeah, I am super ready for it because I feel like as a team, we've controlled almost every single game. So therefore, if we just play our best and we control every game in sections, we're going to rise to the top like I know we can.
All right, congratulations on the win here. Good luck as the season winds down here.
Thank you.
All right, Tia Dilly-Starks along with Mariah Halverson as Wayzata beats Shakopee tonight in three good ones, but Trojans take them all. They are now 11-12 on the season. Again, the Wayzata Trojans picking up the victory here. One more conference match left for them against Edina coming up, and then we'll be getting ready for playoff time for Wayzata. For Andy Gugasberg and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Wayzata High School.